You said you are committed to the ideals of the love we share, to our life of togetherness being made stronger by the cord of our God, whose love would bind us together forever. So, forever seemed like a delightful dream that I never wanted to be awakened from. A web of pleasure pulling together two hearts beating as one. You were the one who made gray skies blue and all things new. You were the one whom my heart surrendered to when I said that I loved you. It was the first time my heart out-wrestled my head, whose stubborn will would not untie me from the poles of fear. I escaped this prison by your beautiful laughter, your gentle spirit, and your Christ-like demeanor. I was hooked from day one. The very first moment I laid my eyes on you, I knew I wanted to make you mine. So, you became my greatest ambition, my most delightful obsession, my choicest possession. You were my everything, and nothing else mattered but you. At daytime, you were the sun, whose light brightened my world, dispelling the darkness that blinded my eyes to the vivacity of your being. I know of eyes to see you perfectly, and the radiance of your being makes angels look in a fitful rage of jealousy. At nighttime, you were the moon, hung high in the heavens, laughing delightfully with a curious onlooker whose life was inspired in that moment when the brilliance of your smile drove every fear from my heart. You were the air, inhaled so deeply in my lungs, I breathed you in. You became the reason I lived. Surely, without you, I would suffocate and die. Now, I see why it has become so heartrending to know that where love once existed is now an uninhibited room, making way to the shrieks of noise on the outside to drown my soul with ache. Living that I once enjoyed experiencing with each passing day has become an unwanted desire. All I'm left with are teary eyes and sleepless nights. Arrested by turmoil, I'm lured in the den of pain. It's a constant struggle, having agony and despair as my most unwanted cellmates. Surely, my world is torn apart because the promise you had given were built on the foundation of conditions. So as we built a life together, it all started to shatter, and what you promised seemed to no longer matter. And it's no surprise then, when hurricane force winds came crashing against our house of love, it could not stand. And just like that, the security of my life was ripped away from my hands. Why, God? Why did you do this? My outlandish response, as if to suggest that God is the reason for my shattered heart. Yet I must ask, where did I place him in all of this? It was my choice, not his, to pursue you relentlessly. And in my quest to capture your heart, I may have lost his. I had been so preoccupied with making you smile, I'd hardly noticed his face I hadn't seen in a while. Fixated daily with the sound of your laughter, I did not hear his voice warning me of disaster. And now my heart is broken because his heart was broken when I chose to replace him for you. I lifted you to a place reserved only for him, and my overly zealous heart paid homage to you as if you were the sovereign king. I now understand that it had nothing to do with you. It was God who I ignored, whose love was too jealous to threw me out the door. He reached out and rescued me from what seemed like a beautiful life, but one that was ravished with idolatry. He reminded me that he has always wanted me, so if he has to break me to make me, it's a risk he's willing to take, but he will dare not let another come and take his place. He's the God that binds, but he's also the God that breaks. So he breaks hearts, not spirits, so that we can be remorseful and desirous of being united with him. After all, he did say, a broken heart and a contrite spirit I will not refuse. He will not refuse to love despite imperfections, and love without conditions, and love until my wavering heart bows in total submission to a love that transcends human comprehension, and finally bringing me to a place of confession that it is his love that I've always needed. So God, I no longer need permission. You have my full attention. I humbly ask that you destroy every idol that I've placed on the seat of my heart where only you belong. Let not my eyes lose focus of your majestic glory. You have perpetually showed me that there is no other like you. You have been and will always be the one.